See the stumbling blocks as you slipped on cracks. It's commandment laws, so we need to stay on track. Your heart as a house at mercy, put it on my back. One body with your how shy, no, so we can't move slack.
He's teaching the people, yeah?
Not everyone's prophets and teachers.
Yeah.
Amos 2:11, and I raised up your sons for prophets, and of your young men for Nazarites. Is it not even thus, O ye children of Israel?
What?
O
ye children of Israel.
So yeah, now Acts 13:1. Now they were at the church that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
That was called Niger.
And the name got changed to Nigeria by the British.
It's added a G.
Yeah, they added a G.
And what does Niger mean?
And what does Niger mean?
Oh yeah, and in any other translation of this book, it would be black man.
Black.
So they would put that the people of the book, they were black. They're not. You see Jesus, that's the you never had white Jesus standing with disciples of black men. I've never ever seen white men and black men standing together saying the gospel is for us to be saved. White men don't need to be saved. They put us in slavery. What do they need to be saved from? We need to be saved from them. Like the Nigerians.
Yeah. They come and they steal all the oil and like oil and that. And then they sell it back to us in BP and Shell.
You know about that, right?
Yeah.
And the cocoa that's in Ghana. All the chocolate, you got the chocolate. All them things, they're from Ghana.
Yeah.
The chocolate.
Sell it to us.
And they sell it to us in McDonald's.
I always said country. Even listen, I'm going to show you this picture. This is where Ghana and Nigeria is, yeah? Look at this. This would be Ghana and Nigeria. So the vibrations of our people is that we're the Jews, and now we don't know it. You think you're a black gal, I like. I'm looking at you. What colour is your tracksuit? And what colour is your skin? No, serious.
That's the
Wait.
What colour is your tracksuit? Okay. Now if you go in the crayon box and I start drawing you,
there you go.
So if I since this gentleman see on this side, I was to get a colour and I was to colour him. What colour would I colour him? No. If I was to go into the crayon box as a child and I looked at him and I got a colour, what colour would I colour him?
Oh, no, pink.
What colour would you have?
Right. Now when you look at them, all of them, you start seeing pink now. You don't see white. You see white. Your eyes are going to change. They're all pink. Look at her. Orange hair, pink skin. Yeah.
She's like
all pink. Look at
what
them.
colour would you call it?
A pig is pink.
No. What's that meat? That funny meat, man?
Gammon.
Ah, man.
Bacon. Swine.
No, the one in the
Corned
tin.
beef, blood.
Yeah, corned beef.
They're all
I thought you
spam.
meant spam.
They're
Yeah,
all spam, corned beef looking. Yeah, that's how they look.
You're not black. They lied to you, told you you're black, you're brown, you're like the rich soil on the cigar. And now you think, I'm a black guy. But what's the language of black?
You know, calling yourself black is another way of just calling yourself a nigger.
Yeah.
Because nigger means black.
Yeah, that's what we just read. Niger means black.
So now they've softened it down to say, okay, you're not a nigger, you're black. Because if you was in another country, if you was in Spain,
They call you negro.
if you say black in that colour in Spanish, you say negro. They don't have that letter. They don't have that word black. It's like when your time's right, take it off the road. Yeah.
Read it and check out those. Remember,
What's your nationality? Black British, yeah? Okay, but in the Bible, Black British ain't in there. Nigers in there. Who are the Nigers in the Bible? No. Who are they? Who are the prophets and teachers?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's who you are, sister, right?
That's right.
So Israel, okay? Alright, peace and love. Hey, Garnish him.
Garnish him.
Mighty, man. Mighty, man.
Yeah, no. That was beautiful, still.
Hey, brother, you're rather not it again, man. Because you know how it is, we gotta let the people know. Alright, we gotta be at the beginning. We gotta be smooth, man. You gotta let them know in meekness, man, in fairness, man. Get that in the book of Surah. the chapter. Chapter 28. Chapter 28, verse 7.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 7.
Cry loud.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28 and verse 7. Remember the commandments and bear no malice to thy neighbor. Remember the covenant of the highest and wink at ignorance.
And do what?
And wink at ignorance.
Yeah, so we got to remember the commandments, man. Alright, and the commandment that we've been given by Mashiach Yahushai, right, is to come out here and tell the people, man. Right, you still have it? Yeah.
Verse 8, abstain from strife, and thou shalt diminish thy sins, for a furious man will kindle strife.
Yeah, so we're not about kindling strife and just belittling the people, man. Because we got the commandments, you ain't got the commandments. Sister, you're not wearing a dress. What you doing? It's not about that. She could be ignorant. She didn't know about the cross. She could be ignorant. But you can see how she was shamefaced. She had a humble spirit. She even tucked it in and said, you know what? You showed me the verses. Faith is the substance of things, the evidence of things not seen. And she just tucked it in. She's like, all right, that's true. This doesn't show my faith. He showed me in the Bible that Negroes, nigger means the Barnabas and Simeon, and it would mean the Israelites. She was very humble. You know what I mean? And that's how it is. You got to get them because they're young, before they get indoctrinated with the madness. You got the Christian church. Sorry. Yeah, to give them the milk. Yeah, that they're young, man. Because the Christian church ain't giving them milk, man. They're giving them fairy tales, man. They're giving them pixie dust, man. And we've got some illusions that everyone can be saved in. And then hopefully, well, it's not, you only got that deep as a sister, but you give her the understandings that she knows, give her the level that she knows to bring her in.
How would do the rest, innit?
Yeah, let the Howard do the rest. Where is that? Get that one, Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, I think it's 3, yeah.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 6. I have planted, Apollo watered, but power gave the increase.
Yeah, so that's what it's about, man. It's about just coming out here and planting the seeds in the people and let the Most High do. Like we said last week, man, we don't tell them what to do. We don't say, you're gonna come over here, stand here. You know what I mean? We say, yo, you got time to hear the word. You got 2 minutes to hear the word. And let the Most High do the work, man. It says, man's goings are of Yahweh, innit? Man's goings are of Yahweh.
This is the book of Proverbs 20 and verse 24. And it reads, man's goings are of Yahweh, how can a man then understand his own way?
How much times have we seen people come and walk this way?
Yeah.
And they walk back, and they walk back
the same way. More time.
Yeah.
Still, more time.
This is Colossians chapter 1 verse 10. This is the book of Colossians chapter 1 and verse 10.
Yeah.
That ye might walk worthy of the Lord and unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work and increasing in knowledge of God.
That's what it's about, man. Increasing the knowledge of the people to the people as well. Like it says, we're fishers of the men, man. We've got to increase them with what? Of spiritual vibration. And they got to shake off the dust. They got to shake off that old ways that we've been taught, man. So, yeah, man. You want to put on presets or you want to do the Nazarite?
Yeah, we could do the Nazarite needs first.
Yeah, that's the truth. Alright, so the icon come. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Mahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elders in the house of David that rule and teach well. And yeah, salutations, Shabbat Shalom to the brothers putting themselves up in the spirit, making their bodies a living sacrifice, coming out on the highways, and to the women that of Israel, daughters of Zion, Shabbat Shalom, and to the children, Shalom.
That's right, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna
start off with the Nazarite news. So yeah, man.
Let's jump it together like we done last time.
Yeah.
I like that vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep it amongst us.
Yeah, so our first one I want to start off with is basically
I'll bring it closer though.
a British Christian street preacher who was prosecuted and reported to counter terrorism for alleged misgendering by refusing to say a man is a woman is appealing for his conviction. Yeah, he's been sharing the Bible's message that we have all sinned by disobeying the Most High's laws for 15 years. So now, reason why I brought that out is that's what it's come to now. This guy is an Edomite. He's a Christian preacher. He stands on the street reciting, verses or whatever, and he got arrested and prosecuted for not saying that a trans was a man.
Yeah, that's that.
Madness.
Identify yourself as them or they or he or she.
So just be wary.
The pronouns.
Be wary, Israel. Like just as much as you can get called for being homophobic, like arrested. It's the same now for this. It's called misgendering. So yeah. Well, I mean, we could get Romans 1:26. Well, we get that all the time.
Yeah,
but you bring it out
straight.
I'm gonna bring this one. Leviticus.
Yeah, nothing gets old, man.
Leviticus 5:1.
Yeah, 1:26.
You know it first.
Yeah. Oh no, go on, bring you on first.
This is Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1.
That's right.
And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness wherewith he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, it shall bear his iniquity.
That's it, man.
Then he shall bear his iniquity.
And that's the thing. All right, we know he's a heathen and that, but he believes in the Bible and he's standing for righteousness in that sense. Because obviously, we know righteousness is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, but even still, it's right. That's why it's called right. He's saying he's not gonna say that this person is that when it ain't. So he's not gonna bear false witness. Do you know what I mean? I know he's a heathen, but I'm giving an example. You could even get get another one.
This is Ephesians 5:11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness.
Say that again.
And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them.
But what?
But rather reprove them.
That's what we do. That's what the prophets and that do on the highways and byways. 94 and 16. Yeah. That's what the prophets do on the highways and byways, man. Is he was asked a question from the police and he refused to say, so they're prosecuting him for that.
I remember,
do you know what I'm saying?
They hate them because they told the truth.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
you rebuking the gate.
Yeah, you can get that one. Yeah, go on, read that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 16.
Yeah.
Who will rise up for me against evildoers?
Yeah.
Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
And that's what we're doing. As that's what the Israelites are doing, the ones on the highways and byways. We're gonna Leviticus 5:1. If we see something, we're gonna reprove it. Yeah. Especially if it's of our own nation as well. We're gonna tell them to come out of that. But we're standing up against this. Do you know what I mean? And so look, and this is an example. A heathen is as well, and he's getting arrested and put in jail and all that, So yeah, go on. Yeah, you could get that one now.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause, Yahweh gave them up to vile affections.
Yeah.
For even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature.
That's right.
And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust, one towards another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving themselves recompense of their error, which was men.
That's it, man. And the women want to be men nowadays, the men want to be women. And you have men holding hands down the street, you have women holding hands down the street. It's crazy. Well, that's what it is now. We're going to stand up for it. Go on.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13.
What?
If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. The blood shall be upon them.
That's it, man. That's it. We're gonna say this every time, man. And that's it on that.
Fire upon fire.
Yeah, man. So if we see it, it
Love
kind
on.
of like gets man mad and that. Do you know what I mean? Like I was up London the other day with my little girl, and there's two faggots walking in front of me holding hands, man. I had to cross the road. You know, I don't want my little girl seeing that. You know what I mean? And that's what it's come to now.
This is sudden,
Yeah, they hide it not. You know what I'm saying?
It's like there was a video that's circulating of these trans people going into schools doing like the dancing and singing and that.
Yeah. That's in America. Yeah. They've been doing that.
The Chinese reading.
Yeah.
The Chinese go up and read to the people.
Major subliminals, bro. Not even subliminals.
And
That's
the
been going on for
parents,
years, man.
yeah, that's
They
been
get
going
bored
on.
with it.
The parents are going with it, but it's usually Edomites. Because he's not upright. He's not upright himself.
It's not upright in him.
And when you give your children over to them abortion clinics or whatever, the foster carers and that,
Yeah.
that's who they're going to, man. They're going to Sam and John, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have laughed, but still. Edomite child, yeah, but not when it's Jake and that. And that's
I don't understand how.
quick point as well, Salakia. That's what you see as well. You remember there was this phase in the acting industry, the actors, and they would all adopt Jake children, like Madonna, Angelina Jolie, all of that. You see what I mean? And then turn them out as well.
Turn them out, man.
Yeah, man.
Turn them out, man.
You see them all in pink. Oh, they're doing what they want to do.
And that's what the Watchman is, Tazapar, isn't it? That's what the Watchman is, isn't it? He has to go and turn them from their wicked ways, man. And to wipe the blood off with his hands, man. That's what the Most High gave you specific orders to go and tell them to repent and stop doing wickedness, man. Like Jonah, man.
Yeah.
Jonah was like, I don't want to do that. But you have to do that, man. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, and as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. So yeah, man, the Most High has made a perverse spirit on Egypt, and that's what this place is called, man. Sodom and Egypt, man. And who's in rulership of Egypt? Who's in rulership of Babylon right now? The wicked. Esau.
Yeah.
Alright, and Esau, it says he's a vile.
Yeah.
Vile, man.
His face, man.
He's perverse. What is it? A perverse spirit, right? Hebrews.
Violent than the earth.
Viler than the earth.
The border of
Look
wickedness.
by them there, sir.
Yeah, look at him, yeah. Look at that guy. Wow, man. You have to zoom in on those. I think he's a spy. Yeah, he's a spy still. Trying to come up to hear what we was talking about. Like, why are these guys holding books? Why are niggas holding books and top? They thought we just OFB and MDK and Tevin and I. They thought we were the band. They thought we were G-Boys.
So the swords come out.
They like, you see what it is? These guys, they like it when we're fighting one another.
Yeah, I know.
They like it when
they
we're
get
in
their
gangs.
phones out and start
Recording it.
Yeah, can't.
They like it when we're killing one another and stabbing each other, yeah. Or we're running around for their football.
Yeah, or boxing in the ring.
Or punching each other up in the ring.
Yeah.
They love it.
That's that Greek.
Throwing a basketball.
Yeah, that's that Greek
Throwing a medal.
spirit. That
Olympians,
that's it.
Yeah, so this is Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
So that's right.
Yeah,
for
so
one piece of meat.
like you were saying, man, these are fornicators, man. They're perverse spirits they have, man.
Yeah.
I mean, change the truth from God into a lie.
Everything they say, how they move.
Did you see that someone posted a video in the group chat about the
woman in the library?
Yeah, in the library, and it's showing all the porn books. Like they're books for children to look at, and there's all like, it's like mild porn in there, man. Like homosexuality, all of that, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it, man. That's what's happening. Let me get a quick one as well. Isaiah 3 and verse 9.
Brother there with the vape.
Isaiah 3 and verse 9. The show of their countenance doth witness against them, like we just saw. He walked past, you see that effeminate type of spirit. And they declare their sin as Sodom, like that guy last at the doorstep.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah, and they declare their sin as Sodom, they hide it not.
They don't hide it.
Woe unto their soul.
The boss, man, a lot of these the faggots right now, you can't talk about them. And they've got an insecurity in them.
TikTok. The IC, what is it? UICU?
IUIC.
Yeah. There was some black girl kicking down all the stuff, man. Did you see that? Oh man, she was ruthless, man. But you know, they're pouring order in the end, you know what I mean? But no, it just went on for about half an hour. Abuse, shalom.
How you do? You're acting, yeah?
Yeah, man. I studied all this stuff years ago. The Torah. Look, I started off as a Methodist. Then I went into Rastafari. Then I studied the Torah, bits of it. Then I went into Islam. And then when I went to a book called Sheikh Anta Diop, The Origins of African Civilization, and all the Bantu languages, and now Bantu, you know Bantu.
I can't.
Huh?
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you know anybody with an African face, basically.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah. So when I studied that, and then I was on my way to Mecca, and I saw in Egypt that the car and the bar was there. I had to put the book down because I was on pilgrimage.
What was there?
Car and the bar. So the car on the hieroglyphics was symbolized by two arms raised, symbolized as a car, that's the physical body. And the bird in hieroglyphics was represented by the soul. You've got to remember, I was on my way to Kaaba. So I said to myself, well, wait a minute.
What book you put down, the Quran?
No. The Sheikh Anta Diop, because I was on my way to pilgrimage and I saw that information. I thought, when I come back from Mecca, then I'll research what the car and the bar is in Egypt. So then I studied Egyptology for about 4 years, and I realised most of what we are tapping into, the source is there. Even though
the Kaaba is a silver. It's covered in silver, and it's the shape of a vagina.
I'm not talking about the image side. I'm talking about
shape of a vagina.
I know. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
the name.
Right,
The
so
name.
look,
The source of the name.
Torah.
Tawara.
Yeah, Torah.
No, that's English. Tawara.
All right. I'm going to give you some words. Yeah? In the Quran it says, Bismillah, Rahman, right? Merciful. Rahim. Yeah. When you say Amen or Ameen, you are referring to Amen Hotep.
No.
Amen Ra. No, I'm telling you. All right.
Bro, listen. You said you studied the Torah.
Wait.
You just said a few
Have you heard of correct sentence? Wait. 1 minute. Because I'm busy, right? 1 minute. I'm going to leave you with one thing. Have you heard of? No, wait. Have you heard of correct sentence? No, wait. Listen. Have you heard of correct sentence structure, passe, syntax, grammar?
Listen.
Have you heard of correct sentence?
Listen, hold up. I studied a bit of Egyptology as well, yeah? And basically, you said you studied the Torah, didn't you? You said you studied the Torah. So you should know that the children of Israel were not Egyptians. Exactly. So when we study this, hold up. Listen. So when we go back, so we must go back to the Bible, because you're obviously saying
that didn't exist for Islam.
Listen.
Are you listening? Yeah.
You're not listening.
No, because I'm, look,
You
I'm
have
trying to
to
listen.
listen. You know what it is?
I'm ahead. No, you know why? I'm
You're
You're
very rude. You're very rude.
Yeah, see?
You're very rude, man.
That's ignorant. That's ignorant. You don't know what we're about to say. You can't go around. So wait, hold on.
I know what I know, innit? I
You
know
can't
that-
go into a science class and tell the teacher, I know this, and this is what you can't
I
do
know
that.
this. I know it. Trust me. I know it.
Yeah, you can't. That's ignorant.
That's
That's
not ignorant. It's not
Yes,
that.
that's
Look, I'm going to
ignorant.
leave you in now time space.
ignorant.
And look, continue the good work. There's going to be different levels. Different levels.
So where's the message? If you're ahead of us,
Yeah.
what's the message that you have? Where's your school of thought to tell the people
Right.
that they
My
need
school
to
of
come
thought
out
is-
of, they need to come out of this oppression?
what you need to do
Because
is
you're
study-
telling my ancestors
No,
that they
study
wasn't
the
in
language.
slavery. That's what
Wait a
you
minute.
can't
Wait a
tell the
minute.
children.
No, we was already on the line.
You
We was
can't
already
tell
on the
our
line.
children, you can't tell our people
No,
that
it
we
was
never
a-
got lynched, that we never got.
Yeah,
You can't tell my people that this never happened, bro. That's madness, bro. This is literally.
in our
in the Bible.
timeline.
This
In
is
our
in the
timeline,
Bible.
no timelines.
This is in
You know
the
Moses'
Bible.
law, right? There was a time law for that. Timeline for that. When Jesus come and Yeshua.
Is there anything new under the sun?
No.
Is there anything new under the sun?
No, there isn't.
So what happened
The
today?
energies
What
are
happens
still
in
there.
these times?
The energy
Did this
of
not happen
slavery
in
is
them
still
times?
there. Do you agree that slavery is
Brother,
still
do you know about Daniel? Do you know the prophecy of Daniel? Do you know Nebuchadnezzar?
I'm not going to eat
Brother, do you know Medo-Persia? Do you know Medo-Persia?
No, he don't know, man.
You know history. You know
He
Nebuchadnezzar.
don't know. He knows Egypt. He knows Egypt. That's what he knows. But yeah, that's it. We know what he's about. We know what he's about.
You know what it's about. Let's just talk about that once.
Yeah, quickly.
Because real quick.
Yeah.
You're going into things about car and bar and all of these things because you was going into Muslims, right? The thing is, he didn't go over to the Muslims. He came over to his people. He came over to speak to his people to give us what? A message of what he has gone through in his journey. Our people, they've doused into too many different things. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12. They dive into too many different things and it hurts them. Understand? Isaiah 8 and 20. Alright? And then another one, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 34. Get the book of Isaiah 34 and 16. Bring that.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 12, yeah?
Yeah, 12.
And further, by these my son be admonished of making many books, there is no end.
There's what?
There is no end.
Yeah, going into all the books, there's no end to that. Go on.
And much study is weariness of the flesh.
And what?
And much study is weariness of the flesh.
What did we say at
And
the
we could see that in him. Yeah. He's weariness. He's like, he can't stay still. It's like, exactly. He's trying to come and tell us about the Torah. Do you know what I mean?
He said I touched a little.
Yeah, but slack it, go on, slack it.
No, you got a vent, bro. Lay it out, bro.
No, that's what it is with our people in Egypt, man.
Egyptology.
All right, yeah. So what we said earlier, much study is weariness of the flesh. What we said earlier is that when you're a child, it's easier to uphold this understanding. Hold bottles. The bottles will it's broken. You try to tell man about understandings now. He says, I'm above you, I'm higher level than you. Alright? Give me Timothy 4 and 12. Isaiah 34, 16. And 8 and 20. You're at 8 and 20, yeah? Yeah, read both of those.
It's in the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20.
Go on.
And it reads, to the law and to the
testimony.
If they speak not according to this
They
word,
don't speak according to the word.
it's because there is no light in them.
And that you can see that he's walking down a very dark path, man. You know what I mean? We don't want to be proud to say we know everything, we know the truth, or we have the Most High is dealing with us, or we're going into the kingdom. We're not. We're very humble, bro. We're trying to do our reasonable works so we can have a chance of getting into the kingdom. Because it says, if the righteous scarcely be saved, what is it going to be like for those that know not the gospel? Now he was in the gospel and he turned away from the gospel, it seems, because he's calling himself Jewish.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
He's all over the place.
Yeah.
Go on, read that next one.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34,
16.
16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord And read.
And what?
And read.
Yo, you gotta seek out this book of the Lord and read it, man. Because it's got to understand. Everyone uses the Bible for their foundation of what they know.
yeah.
I don't want to care what religion you're in, man.
That's
You
right.
go to Genesis, man.
That's right.
Everyone don't even know how the world began without Genesis. It never started with no Big Bang, man.
That's right.
It never started with no Darwin theory. We evolved from time down monkeys, man. All right, they go to the source of the Adam. All right, of how we come, and we come from the soil, and we're made in His image, man. That's
right.
All right.
No one of these things shall fail.
No one of these things has ever failed us, man.
Like the prophecies
Like the
went into Daniel, the slavery on ships, the
Look,
oppression.
that's the Kaaba he's
None shall
talking.
want her name.
That's the Kaaba he's talking about.
yeah,
that's the Kaaba he's talking about, right?
For my mouth it hath commanded me.
All right, for his mouth. Look, everything out of this Bible is pure and holy and righteous, man.
And his spirit it hath gathered them.
All right, it's gathered them, man. And in the Bible, obviously, it talks about witches. It talks about where Paul says, "I've said this, God hasn't said this." All right.
Yes.
So, but what we do, we take that and we break it down with the precepts to understand why it's been said and to get further understanding. It's profitable for doctrine. It's profitable for knowledge of and understanding. This is our schoolmaster, man. We don't just read it and it's like the Muslims and just quote it and just quote it. We actually study to see why Samson went through that, why Solomon went through that. They was dealing with the commandment says don't deal with them. That's the spirituality of wickedness that will come onto you.
Right.
We study, man. Go to that Timothy.
1 Timothy 4 and verse 12
Go on.
says, "Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers."
Yeah, man, you don't despise the young ones.
That's
No,
what
yo,
he did.
Yo, you said I've been there, I'm higher than you. But you're doing what? Working for some donation to who?
On the Sabbath.
On the Sabbath, fam. And you're Jewish.
Yeah, with a Jewish ring talking about Egypt.
You're on a Jewish ring talking about Egypt, saying that the Jews never went in. If you're a Jew, you know that there's a commandments, and if you break the commandments, you will go into slips with shaving. That's the curse of the Israelites.
Hella stumbling blocks.
How are you going to say that is going to happen, but the Torah, that if you're Jewish, says that's going to happen to you for breaking the Torah?
Yeah.
Madness. Madness. Give me that in Psalms 119.
So let me read that again.
Yeah, read
Let
that
no
again.
man, 1 Timothy 4 and 12, let no man despise thy
Don't
youth,
despise the young ones.
but be thou an example of the believers.
Yeah, be an
in
example.
word.
Be an example. That's why you got to come up here and show
Us
love.
why we need to
you
be.
kept in on the Wes. You kept in on our IUIC to try and show us like, okay, you're an Israelite, maybe. He said peace to the UK. Then he's talking about all these other. That's why we got to be.
Yeah, we hear it first. Yeah.
Quick to stop.
Yeah.
Listen, don't say it. Let him talk.
Yeah, took himself into a trap.
He talked himself into a ditch, bro. Because he's like, no, stop talking. No, we heard you talk.
Yeah, trying to, it's like
We're talking now.
Yeah, trying to, I'm gonna leave you on this. No, you ain't leaving us
You're
on
not
that.
leaving on nothing, bro. You're gonna learn this, bro. I know you say Aman. All right?
Yeah,
You said
yeah.
Aman, right?
Yeah.
We know Noah said Aman. All of them, before Egypt, was saying Aman.
Exactly.
That doesn't come from Egyptians, bro.
Exactly.
You're giving Egypt too much props, bro.
Yeah.
Right? There was a nation before the Egyptian empires, bro. Understand? There was a civilization before the Egyptian empire, and it was called Babylon. It was called Nimrod and them.
Yes. Just one quick point as well.
100 plus 100.
Yeah, he said
100 plus
Bantu
100.
people. Yeah, anyone that's got an African face. What is that?
What is that?
That's madness.
That's madness.
Yeah, so
That's
he,
madness.
so this whole Jew and Shem and Shem and Japheth and Ham, he's not really referring to that. You get me? So he don't know the Bible. He didn't study the law.
No, he didn't study it. He didn't study it.
This is the book of Psalms,
Go back into it.
chapter
119
verse 100. I understand more than the ancients because I keep the precepts.
Go on, read that one again. Go on.
It's in the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 100. I understand more than the ancients
Go on.
because I keep thy precepts.
So we understand more somebody than his elders, man. Because they've left the man says I was this, I was Methodist. Then he says I was Rasta. Then he went from Rasta to going into the Torah. Then he went from going into the Torah
Into cheek Antioch.
no, wait. He went from Rasta to Muslim. Then he went from Muslim to the Egyptology.
And said he had to put the book
And then
down.
he put the Egyptologies don't even have a book, bro. They said he's got some sect book.
Yeah, a cheek Antioch.
Madness, bro.
Yeah, I've
Madness.
heard
What's
of
that? Some Dr. Malachi Young?
Something like that, yeah.
It's like some Malachi Young
Like
stuff, right?
he's the same John Henry Clark and the other one, Joseph Ben Yakinen.
So you put all that down. Now you got the Jewish ring.
Yeah.
And this and the
That never happened.
That never happened.
The people were already there.
The prophecies.
Wow.
Like you just deleted a whole people's
History. Not history, but like the prophecies.
the facts, bro.
Yeah, the prophecies which were documented in the Torah.
And you could teach a child that, but you're gonna tell granddads that. You're gonna tell our great granddads that slavery, ships, that never happened.
Yeah.
When we got Liverpool.
Yeah.
When we got West India Key,
And
where the ships came through the River Thames and documented that we was there. You go to the Big Up the Brothers from Watchmen for Israel, where they're at the harbour, where the big slave ships there, with history, historical evidence showing there's boats that had ships of slaves.
Right.
Mad.
And Salakia, quickly on that point, our surnames as well. I'm pretty sure that he had a surname that wasn't his ancestors.
No, they're not the ancestors of the Egyptians. They're not the ancestors they're not the surnames of the Jewish people. They're not the surnames of the Muslim, of the Islam that he was in.
That's it.
They're the surnames of the Methodist churches, the pastors that you got, man. Serving stones and wood. And that's what he's doing, isn't it? Serving wood and stone. He's just went under bare curses, man. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's it.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 8.
Bring it up.
And it reads, "For honourable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by the number of years.
Yeah.
But wisdom,
But what?
but wisdom
Ah.
is grey hair unto men, and an unspotted life is old age."
Yeah.
Right.
And
we can see that he's had a lot of spots, man. And that's Islam, Rastafarianism. You know, we're not perfect, we're not, but that's the spots that we've seen. He's put all his history, what he's learned,
eggs into
all
one
into
basket.
one.
Eggs into one
Did you get
basket.
it?
And he's called an omelette with the shells in, man. He's got an omelette with the shells in.
Like Mummy's Return, you know where he's got all the different religion chains around on his
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first Mummy film.
Do you know the one that come out? Do you know the one that worked? You know the one that
I
Hebrew.
remember.
The Hebrew.
You see, the Hebrew was the only one
That worked.
that worked.
Because
right?
it-
It's the language.
of the
It says,
sla-
the language of the slaves.
slaves.
You speak the language of the slaves. I understand that one. The Imhotep.
He did, but the nose.
That's what it was, isn't it? Imhotep, right?
So-
And do you know who that Imhotep's meant to be?
It's madness.
He's meant to be Joseph.
Joseph. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I've
So-
heard that before.
so like
because he
you-
was mighty in Egypt.
Imhotep's the one that knows this.
Yeah, man.
knows all
Physician. He was a physician. Everything.
So like I was gonna say, and it goes to show you, if we was Egyptians in that film, he wouldn't say the servants of the slave. You know you're a Jew, because you know that he's speaking the Hebrew. That's our language, isn't it? No, he wouldn't call you a slave. He'll call you my brother. Ah, yeah, my brother. Nah. Oh yeah.
Is it,
The water.
Job 32? Job 32. I got this.
Yeah, 32. Right.
Yeah, Job. This is Job chapter 32 and verse 9.
Yeah.
Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Yeah, man. Like you were saying about the grey hair. Grey hair shows wisdom. So you can see the guy with his grey hair, you can thinking, he's very knowledgeable. Like he was saying, right? I'm above you guys. That's comical, man. We needed that. We needed to start off with that guy, man. You know what I mean? We started off with the young sister, willing to hear. And then you got the old guy. That's the balance, man.
Old bottle.
The Most High, remember it says,
Yeah.
remember it says the Most High a just weight. This is the light. Yeah, so we got the just weight, man. We got the scoffer. we got the humble sister. That was beautiful. So.
That's it.
Man,
You got your manifestation, what you told me yesterday about the old brother at your workplace. Compared it to someone else be younger to willing to.
Great men are not always wise, man.
That's right.
Because you think that you're and he's got the shape. Yeah, I saw the beard. He had the little shape up around the neck and around the tops of it.
But he's not keeping the commandments though. Come on, really. He don't know. As soon as he said I'm Jewish,
It's bad.
Let me get this one. Let me get that one. One more,
and then we'll continue with the Nazarite news.
We're at camp, innit? So we're gonna do it.
Get out, innit? Let's go with the spirit.
We're gonna do it. We're at camp, bro. We don't write to-do list or whatever. We don't script it out. We gotta let the what do they have to say? Stay in the spirit, That's mad. Bro, man's going to your hour, man. Like, it's not scripted.
He tried to rouse the spirit, but you know, it's good. Yeah. We know where he's coming from.
To quench the spirit.
Yeah, we know where he's coming from.
You know the one I want, innit?
What one you want?
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4. It says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that which is subject unto sin. So yeah, man, if you're sinning, man, and you're saying you've gone into all these different books, like wisdom ain't gonna grab into you, man. Like it's gonna stay far away from you, man.
Right.
Like because who is wisdom? It's the woman, isn't it? It's our mother, it's our sister, it's our kingswoman.
Yeah, that's right.
Like if you indulging in all these, she don't want to be around you, man.
And just one more on that, because you know he come with that proud spirit, you know, like where he knows and we can't tell him nothing, and he has to tell us and leave us with something. Well, this is Proverbs 16 and verse 25. It says, "There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death." So he thinks, you know, like you were saying, he's probably not keeping the commandments. Like we can't bear false witness and say he ain't keeping any, but he's the one that thinks he's right. You know, he seems, you know, if I do this, it's right. Yeah. But it's death, man. That's it.
Proverbs, I love Proverbs.
Yeah, go on.
Proverbs 24 and 7. Wisdom is too high for a fool.
That's right. That's right.
I'm smarter than you guys.
You can't say that.
What a fool, man.
Yeah.
What a fool. The wisest man will never say that he's wiser than everybody in the world. A wise man will never say he's wiser than everyone else. Even Solomon himself was, even remember in Nahum, when he says, Solomon was the wisest man, but still he went after
outlandish women.
Yeah. If you're so wise, does that mean that you're doing everything correct?
Yeah, exactly.
And no one was ever wiser than Solomon. Yeah. But still, did he do everything correct? No.
And same with that. Solomon, anyone he met, he weren't going to say he was wiser than them. He was humble in that sense.
Yeah.
You had to be wise. You have to be meek and humble.
Yeah. Even though he knew he was wiser than them.
He wouldn't say it.
He wouldn't just say,
I mean,
you
don't know what a next man's
you
got.
Dumb. He's going to go up to say, you dumbass. You're so stupid. How come you keep coming to man? You weren't saying that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, look, this is Proverbs 24. And, he does say a fool returneth to the vomit. Yeah. So he does indirectly kind of tell them dumb still. But he does it on a wise way of saying it. He doesn't, because he's that wise to know how to say things. A dog returneth to the vomit. Right? It says Proverbs 24 and 7. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. That's what I asked him. Yeah. Like where are you opening your mouth? Yeah, where are you teaching me?
Yeah, what are you helping us?
Who did you tell this to? Yeah. Like, okay, you're telling us, right? But do you have a school? Like, do you have a place where you bring this out to people? Like, because you're meant to be wiser than everyone.
Yeah, how can we learn?
How can we learn this stuff,
man?
Where do you teach this stuff?
He didn't want to tell us.
No, he didn't want to tell us. He just wanted to give us that one little gem, that secret. Remember that other guy? Oh, I've got a secret. gonna tell you.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you with
I'm
it.
gonna
though.
leave you with this.
Yeah. So when I say it, I gotta run. You can't
Yeah,
tell me nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
Man.
How many elders do that, man?
Yeah.
And they're not elders, but how many elderly? Because you can't be careful how you say all are elders. How many elderly do that? You know what I mean?
That's right.
Even like Elder Priest Arya, man. I heard Zabak say today on one. I heard it today that he's never passed away. You know what I mean? Like he didn't. He's not.
priest guy,
Arya, yeah. Lion, man. He's not passed away still. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of talk, and we get these things from who we call elders. We see them post up things, and we from Zion or Waits, Matata, we going from HOI, saw certain people posting this up and saying, yeah, he's not passed away. So sorry to any one that's feel like maybe offended, family members of his that might feel offended. You know what I mean? Like we said that. Boy,
Salakia.
We got our sources wrong. We got two witnesses, and we thought, okay, two witnesses of some elders that was around him, that know of him, that was reasonable sources, and digging deeper, he's not passed away. So it's a good look, you know. And not want to touch too much on whatever discourse they've got amongst each other as, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's a good look. It's still about.
All praises.
All praises to Allah.
Right. Carry on, yeah. There's another little thing as well on this like the UK tip. So UK is preparing to ban silent prayer near clinics. The UK is basically it's madness still.
Actually banned.
It's
silent,
madness.
silent
Listen,
prayers. So if I'm praying, wait. If I'm praying, what are you gonna do to ban me? Like, you're gonna tell me you're gonna give me a fine? You're gonna say no, you can't do that here, and push me out the place. How do you know if I'm praying in silence? That means you can just say anyone's silently praying.
Yes. That's what I mean. It's mad. That's why I thought I had to bring this out.
So okay, if you hold your hands like this and don't say nothing, maybe that to them that's silently praying. Because that's their implementation of praying, isn't it? Putting your hands together like this.
But I would think even just standing there like this,
even like this,
they would think they're praying.
But I'm tired. I just want to rest for it.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to ban it outside abortion clinics. This is what they're saying.
When we pray, we're told to lift up our holy hands, man. You know what I mean? So if you go like this, praying is powerful then, boy.
Yeah, man.
If they're scared of praying.
Silent praying as well. But it's in the streets, isn't it? Because look, it's saying this woman, Isabel Vorham, a pro-life volunteer, was being arrested for the second time for the offence of silently praying in her head within an abortion facility censorship zone. So I don't know, like, it's madness still, but I just thought I'd bring that out quickly.
Remember, to unholy people, they don't think that's witchcraft, innit? So they're thinking that they're coming in there and they're putting hexes on them.
Or doing
witchcraft, wizardry.
Yeah.
That's what they're thinking.
We know that we shouldn't be praying in the streets anyway.
But they're scared of that. Give me the Isaiah 54:17. And is it Numbers 23:23?
Yeah.
Numbers 23:23.
You get
Isaiah 54:17, and I'll get the one about praying and how powerful it is.
This is Numbers 23:23. There is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what have power wrought.
Yeah. No enchantments. Like Israel, you don't be scared of that. They can do all of that. They can pray as hard as they want. Like the brother says, they're graven images they're praying to. Like they can't talk, they can't speak, can't do nothing. Let them pray to whatever they're praying to, man. There's only one God. Shema Yasha Allah Yahweh Allah Hayanawa Yahweh Ahad. Alright? Hear, O Israel, Yahweh our power is one power, and there is none else. There's no other power except the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
For the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. There's no other God. Right? Don't get deluded to think that their wizardry will work. It was even the witch, wasn't she shook of the God of the King of Israel?
Can't.
So, wasn't it?
Yeah,
She was like, oh, like, you know, weren't you slaying all these witches? Why are you coming near me?
Yeah, she's scared. She's scared because they know that the Most High is with the witches and wizards know that the Most High is with Israel.
Can't.
That's why in all the wizardry films you see them with the hats, you see them with the sticks, the broomsticks,
And they're pushing it a lot more now.
and the staffs.
as well. With
Like,
Harry Potter.
You see the cauldron.
Yeah.
You see the ball.
Yeah.
Even the crystal that's in the Bible. You got a ball like that. Alright, they take a lot of your things and then use it for on the left hand side.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17.
Bring it up.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper,
Yep.
and every tongue
And every what?
and
Every tongue.
Go on.
that shall rise against thee
And
in
that's
judgment.
the point. Every tongue that rises up against us in judgment, right? Any tongue that speaks up, that weapon doesn't work. The weapon of the tongue that they pray to their gods, right? Go on, read.
This is the heritage.
No, we read that again. Shall be condemned.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall
Shall
prosper.
prosper.
Every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn.
Yeah.
This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord,
Right, and that's
and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh.
Yeah, so if we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? He's saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. You can't speak a word against the Israelites, man. That's why we read that Numbers 23:23. Balaam, I'm not pronouncing it right, yeah, Balaam. He said, nah man, I can't go over there.
Yeah.
They're the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
And then he got the donkey wanted, nah, the donkey's not even going over there. The donkey started talking to him, man. He said, you already know we can't go over there, donkey said. What are you hitting me for, man? You told them we can't go over there and you're still trying to get me to go over there. You want to make me? Because they'll kill the donkey.
Just to add that precept to the last precept. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 44, from the top. Yet hear now, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen.
So the servants, right, is just to clarify, precept here. The servants are Jacob, the chosen one, and the Israelites, right? This is Matthew, chapter 17, and verse. I'll start at 17. Matthew 17:17. Then Yahushua answered and said, a fearless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua, so-called Jesus Christ, rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him. And the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Jesus said unto him, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence from under place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible to you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
Prayer and fasting.
So that's what you need, man. You need prayer and you need fasting. Without prayer and fasting, man, you're not going to be able to cast out demons and move mountains, man. And that shows, and certain faiths with a grain, man, with a grain of
Grain is is like
and precept upon precept to understand. In Isaiah 54:17, it says this is their righteousness. We know Deuteronomy 6:25 and 26 talks about righteousness being of keeping the commandments. So now, if we keep the commandments, that's what, because it says your prayer shall not be heard. Proverbs 28 and get Proverbs 28. Let's pick up a Proverbs today, man. Pick up the Proverbs today, bro. Proverbs 28 and 9. Right? Because it all falls in together with the Most High, with righteousness. You don't just pray and just pray with a hypocritical mindset. Or malice.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 28 and verse 9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law,
Alright, if you don't keep the commandments or the laws,
even his prayer shall become an abomination.
Shall be
An abomination.
Shall be an abomination, man. Yeah, your prayer will be an abomination, man.
right.
That's, you gotta hear the commandments, man. You can't turn away your ear from the law. Right? And that's and I don't know, man. We know that these guys that are praying in the church, they're not profiting by keeping the laws and that. You know what I mean? They're gonna be called the least in the kingdom. You know what I mean? So yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No. The reason why I'm bringing this out is because think about it now. We just had the other one with the Christian guy saying that he's not going to say that a man is a woman and a woman's a man. And now you've got flipping another, I think she's a Edomite or a heathen, praying silently outside abortion clinics. These are getting arrested, man, and prosecuted. So this is what it's coming to, man. You know what I mean? It's only a matter of time before it starts coming. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, 6.
And remember, okay, look, they're not, these people, they might not be Israel. They might not be Israel suffered through the persecution of slavery, but they're doing what? They're advocating on their beliefs for righteousness, isn't it? They're being, to the best of their ability, Christ-like, isn't it? You understand? This is Matthew chapter 5. This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for there is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when man shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evils against you for my name's sake. So yeah, man, if you get persecuted, if you're getting persecuted for the Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushai, then you're gonna find out that all these other people in the world, they're gonna come up against you, man. Everyone's gonna come up against you, man. And these people, you could say they're zealous.
Yeah, they're zealous for their Christian beliefs.
They're extremists.
Yeah, but they're getting persecuted the same way. So it's just showing you they're going to be cracking down on it eventually, man. We know this. The Bible says this. The Most High has showed us that this is going to happen. You know, that's why we're getting the feds come up every week now. You know what I mean? So yeah, on the next thing now, there was at least 6 people dead in a Jehovah's Witness shooting in Germany. At least 7 people died and dozens were wounded after a gunman opened fire in a church in Hamburg. So Jehovah's Witnesses, like, you know, in Germany. In Hamburg, in Germany.
Hamburger.
Yeah, it's madness. So yeah, I put that one quickly out. Oh yeah, another thing now. We was just going into it as well about witchcraft and wizardry. Dozens of girls have been hospitalized after collapsing while playing with Ouija boards at a school in Colombia.
Oh yeah, I see that one.
Yeah,
That's hella off.
yeah, Ouija boards.
No.
And you can buy, look, my missus sent me a thing. You can actually buy them from the Wick store. Remember I was bringing it out before? Wick, it's like a whole new trending thing now about the wizardry and this witchcraft shit. £79 you can buy a Ouija board.
You know what it is? It's this witch top thing, man.
Yeah, witch top. Yeah,
on
that's
TikTok
what it
they
is.
got a certain specific genre for the witches, man.
Get me my car. 5:5.
You got that one, yeah?
And
Mine, yeah.
12. Yeah.
I got Leviticus.
Or Exodus 22 and 18.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 5 and verse 5.
12.
5 verse 12, and it reads, and I will cut off witchcraft out of mine hand,
That's right.
and thou shalt have no more soothsayers.
Yeah, that's it. Soothsayers. Yeah,
Soothsayers.
that's and like I was just
That's them
saying.
cussing, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, they're pushing it really,
yeah.
really hard now with this Harry Potter, Shazam. There's that
All
new
of that,
film.
Shazam, yes.
Yeah,
Black Adam
like
and
all
that.
of this. Yeah, Black Adam.
Man's calling it Black Adam.
Yeah,
And got the Northern Kingdom, The Rock, and that playing as the witch guy.
yeah.
Mad things, bro.
So yeah, man, this is what.
And in the film, did you see how these people were slaves?
Yeah, yeah.
And he put up the triangle in the sky. Madness. There's a whole lot of madness, bro. This is Leviticus chapter 20 and verse Exodus 22 and 18. Sorry, can I read that first?
Yeah.
Leviticus 20 and 27. A man also or woman that have a familiar spirit or that is a wizard shall surely be put to death. Shall surely be put to death.
And that's the judgment the Most High gave.
That's the Most High put them to death, man. And they remember what we were saying. I'm gonna read it earlier. I'll read it after. They surely go to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them.
Right.
Yeah.
Going back to as well Leviticus 5 and 1. If back then, if anyone saw that sort of thing, you'll have to tell it. If not, then you'd get the same punishment.
Yeah.
You get put to death as well for not mentioning.
Yeah.
Like you're allowing it, innit?
Yeah.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period. That's it.
And that'll be suffering. If a witch is alive, it's kind of suffering to her own soul.
Yeah.
It's like you're in mental in a mental place.
Yeah.
For you to be a witch, you're in a mental place in your life because you're bringing in your soul. They bring spirits. You see, mad people. People don't want to chill around someone that's you see, he's acting like a madman. He's there because you can just feel there's an aura around
vibe,
them, a vibe around them.
And it'll jump on
It's
you
because
if you don't.
they call them legions, man.
Yeah, legions. That's
There's
right.
legions of spirits, bro.
Thousands.
Bro, thousands of spirits on them.
Yeah, legion
And that's
Many.
legion just means many.
many, yeah.
And many could be.
And that's how we say these girls. That's why you ask a girl, what's your body count, and she'll tell you
It says she got legion.
way lower than she's really held up to. Man. Why? Because she knows she's gained all of them spirits on her. Them legions have jumped on her through all of them. She's lied down with, man. Why do you think in the scriptures a man's meant to get a virgin woman?
Yeah.
A woman
Soul
Purity.
Yeah, because she ain't grabbed onto legions, bro. She's a rest to you.
Yeah,
She's not
yeah,
a rest
yeah.
for the streets.
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's got a pillow, like resting on your wife.
Yeah.
That's why it says, our women shall be harlots in the streets, man.
Yeah.
So we have no rest, even in our own women, man.
Can't.
What man can they say? Oh, they had her first, bro. You have to share that one, man. It's deep. It's deep.
So like,
That's why it says, suffer not a witch to live.
and them Colombians, they're known to do all of that anyways. In their
the
culture,
Santa
they have
Maria.
that what's it called?
Santa Maria.
When they do that Day of the Dead and all of that. So they're used to doing
With
all
the
of that.
the mark of the dead and that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll get this one out, yeah? This is look, Exodus chapter 20 and verse 5. Listen to this. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous power, a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation that hate me. If you hate Yahweh, if you hate the Lord, right, he comes to get you. And he comes to find you in your third and fourth generation.
God.
And he got them little girls, man. He put them to death. Maybe because of who they are in their ancestors, of their ancestors. That was their judgment.
Like I was gonna say as well,
I kill him and make him for life.
Oh yeah. First time.
yeah, can.
Second.
Is that
I think it's first time.
It's first time. And also when I don't know if anybody's watched it, but see the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Wednesday. The original story behind the Addams Family is that they're Latinos, isn't it? When you watch the series, it goes into that Wednesday's past, and all of our ancestors were witches, basically.
Is it?
So it shows you that the Northern
What, the
Kingdom.
actual old series of it, the black
Yeah,
and white one.
The black and white ones, because they've got that new one on Netflix, isn't it?
Okay.
But the new one goes more into their history, and it shows you
Got that
how
vibration. Yeah. It's like what is that?
So there was an uproar with the Northern Kingdom about the first atlas. They had to change it because they used exposing too much about atlas.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord, Yahweh, killeth and maketh alive.
That's right.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
So that's what they might feel like. God doesn't kill, man. Yahweh don't kill. Or Satan killed them, or the demon spirits grabbed hold of them. Nah, man. The Most High controls all things. The demon spirits and the righteous spirits, man.
He sent them legions.
He sent them legions, man. He sent Satan to go get Job, innit?
Yeah.
Right?
So go on then, touch him.
Yeah,
Don't kill him.
I mean, no, don't touch him. But you can any vibe around these things and keep pissing him off. Touch anyone around him to piss him off, but not him himself.
We see it in the way the sores of man.
Yeah, well, but he might have plagued the animals around him to give him sores. You know what I mean?
What's the precept where the legion said to the Most High, I'm gonna go and whisper in his ear. Let me go whisper in his ear. That's right.
That's cool.
That's cool. Correct. Yeah, what's the I can't remember. It says I will whisper unto him to beguile him, to deceive
I mean, send a lion spirit.
that one.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. The Most High just sends the spirits, and then like there goes, hey, touch the Ouija board. Go and touch it.
Yeah.
Go and touch it.
You'll be alright.
You'll be alright. We'll let you talk to your granny. Go, boom. All of them shaking on the floor, and the Harlem shaking on the floor.
But that's just showing you.
Even the same thing he said in Isaiah about how he done Isaiah 19. I said he sent that spirit onto Egypt.
Yeah.
He sent that onto them.
There's all these spirits, man.
He says that I made these guys pervert. You lot are that. I've made you like that. He built up all these kings just to bring them down, innit?
So I touch them things.
Oh yeah, this is 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 23. For rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he have also rejected thee from being king.
There you go. See, it's the rebelliousness, you know. These girls might have been rebellious, you know. They're stubborn. You know what I mean? They're not listening to their parents, and then they end up going down a road like this, man.
A lot of them witch top girls, they're feminist movement as well, innit? They're on this women are the above pro-women thing. I'm above everyone.
Or trans even.
Or let's do witchcraft on their boyfriends and that.
Yeah.
And they do madness. They get period blood, get the tampons and that. They do some disgusting madness, blood.
But the thing is, they only know about all this because of what Esau's putting out there.
Yeah.
Like in the films, in the cartoons, like the children's stuff. Yeah.
The media, and then he controls the media.
That's why they do all this stuff.
No,
Because
not just that. They got a church, man. There's a religion of Satanism, man. You can tick the box now as your religion and tick Satanism, bro. They've got a book for Satanism, bro.
They got tell a lie. They got after school clubs in America for Satanism.
Yeah, it's actually a club.
Yeah,
it's
Satanist
a school.
club.
It's like a religion, like a church for it.
And
It's an open cult.
America, they advocate for it, man. They advocate for it, man.
100%.
So I'll bring out some more, yeah? So look, Taiwan is reporting that their internet cables were cut and placing the blame on China. Yeah,
We gotta
Matsu.
remember there's more people now. So we gotta talk louder. Cry loud.
Yeah. Right, alright, so Taiwan is reporting that their internet cables were cut and placing the blame on China. Matsu, one of Taiwan's outlying islands, 14,000 residents rely on 2 submarine internet cables leading to Taiwan's main island. The National Communications Commission, citing the island's telecom service, blamed 2 Chinese ships for cutting the cables. So this island has 2 like major internet wires going into and China's just cut them. They're saying. So this is going to be another thing that's going to cause an uproar in this whole Taiwan and China.
Yeah, but the cables, you says it runs through their place, runs through their district.
No, it runs from Taiwan to this island, which is just off Taiwan. But it's counted as Taiwan though.
It's Taiwan in the Asian Sea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Anything that's inside the Asian Sea, bro.
But that's what they're saying.
No, don't get.
China's ships have been. That's where they've been.
You know the waters for China. They've got the waters that they say is theirs. Is not the same waters that the other neighboring countries.
Yeah.
So there's a bit in between where China thinks it belongs to them. When the other countries, NATO and that, they say no. This is mutual waters. This is our waters. So China goes nuts. They actually put sand. They build their own little islands. They get sand and they build little bases. They build bases around them areas just so that they can start smashing anyone that comes in their districts of the waters, man. It's like battleships. You know, B2, F10.
My battleship, man.
Bro, they got battleships out there. Anyone that gets in and crosses borders, bro, it's madness, bro.
That's why Taiwan is with NATO. Do you know what I mean? And China is with with Russia and Iran and that. You get me?
Because remember, it's from Africa. The ships from Africa to China, they use that sea there to go through. They use that part of the sea to bring all of the goods from Africa over to China. That's why you got the Somalian pirates.
Yes.
You understand?
Taking off.
So they say we take taxes for coming into our borders, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a law of the sea, man.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it?
Different law of land and law of the sea is different. Piracy is different, man. There's bare things you can get away with when you're on the seas, man.
Yeah.
What's it? There's another thing as well, Tunisia's president blamed African migrants for the rise in violent crime and threatening the country's Arab identity. So like basically Tunisia are basically blaming Africans, migrants that are in Tunisia about all the violent crime and how it's affecting their Arabness. And basically some 42-year-old guy called Francis or something had a knock on his front door. It was his landlord trying to kick him out along with his wife and 2-year-old son, wrongly saying he could no longer offer lodgings to black migrant tenants as the government sanctioned crackdown against illegal residents. And now African countries, neighboring countries, are sending planes into Tunisia to bring them up back. Yeah, madness. This was last week as well.
What's that? This is Isaiah chapter 6.
Get 2nd Israel 16:7.
Get that. I got Isaiah chapter 13.
You want this first?
I'll just bring this up. That's more to go. I'll just bring it up. Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. There shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Yeah, man.
God.
Everyone's gonna go into their own land, man, and that's what they're doing, man. So, and that's what you're seeing kind of nowadays, isn't it? The Russians can't stay in England. You know what I mean? Everyone's just getting to their own land.
It's gonna get worse.
But it's not, and some people are staying with their master as well. You know that's in Exodus, right? They get they pour the air, or they'll get the mark of the beast or whatever. Say, nah, I'll stay with you guys. I'll listen to what your system and your policies are. Alright, and they'll forget their ancestors' things, but just to follow Babylon. Alright, yeah. If you're not gonna do that, you're gonna do what? Go back to your own lands.
That's right.
You're gonna turn back to your old people. They're not because a sheep that no man taketh up. That's without blemish. That means keeping your own traditions.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. But if you want to pick up the sheep with all the blemishes and all the leprosy thing, the dirty thing, then you'll stay amongst it.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 17. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen.
No,
Sorry,
that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. So like, yeah, that was the wrong one. It was
16, 17.
yeah, no, sorry, I got the wrong one.
Quote it.
1 second.
16, 17.
No, that's for the next thing still. No, don't worry about that one.
Quote it.
Yeah, I can't.
What was the news about?
The news was about the black African migrants being kicked out of Tunisia, I think. But you got the one. You got that one. Yeah, you got that one. Salakia. I think that's it really. I mean, yeah. No, sorry. This is. No. Don't worry. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
That was happening way back, man. I was living in Liberia.
Yeah.
On 2 minutes to hear the word, bro.
Come Winston, man.
Yeah, that's what was happening, man. That was happening in Liberia, innit? They were selling the Negroes on Facebook. Like the first time we ever opened up camp,
In
that's
those
where we saw it. Is that Jeremiah?
She looks like she's in a good spirit today, isn't it?
The first time we ever opened up camp. He's not coming. Yo, bro. Come. Call him.
How you doing?
You're right, sister. Call him.
long time.
How's they doing? He's looking upset. Yeah.
That's what.
Come here.
Young leaders, academy.
Where's the little boy again?
What are they teaching there? What are they teaching there?
Yeah, come. Yeah, what are you teaching?
It's something to get them when they grow up in their life, not good for nothing on the street.
Yeah.
That's why they make the effort to go there with them.
Yeah.
I mean, why they turn good for nothing when they grow up?
Sister, do you remember us though? In Dawston, when we first saw you. Do you remember us, big man? In Dawston, you remember us, yeah? And you prayed, and you said you're gonna pray for us. Remember? We pray for you. We pray for you as well, brother. You understand? I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, man.
Alright, I hope you're doing okay, man.
Tell them say, yeah?
Brother, how you feeling, man? Because
Tell them
how you
say,
feeling? You feeling good, yeah?
when me dead and gone, I'm seeing set up a one corner.
Your name is again Jemiah.
Jaheem.
Yeah.
I can't.
But you see, when you say stand up on the corner, we're kind of on the corners now.
You know what me at
You know me at all. No,
You
yeah.
know what me at
I'm just
They
saying.
talk about the group and the past, especially our culture. Could be different culture. There's some one place that I get bad and you know what we turn like now.
That's why we're out here, man. We're out here to try and get our people off that, you know? Because we used to be like that. We used to be like that, man. But you know, the Most High had spirit, had grace and mercy upon us. You know what I mean? You know, you're a Hebrew, innit?
Yeah, we've spoken to the sister.
They're there behind you. Make sure you're telling them, yo, we're Hebrew, you know?
Yeah, we've spoken to him before. Yeah. Then they know.
Not religion, culture.
No religion.
You're not a black woman.
Yeah, man.
Look, what's black? You're not this colour. You're not this colour. You're like brown soil, sister.
Rich brown soil. These people here, they matter about Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Who they kill too much?
Yeah.
Them black boy, they kill after them one another like us. Yeah, especially them and them too.
But auntie, you know what happened? You know in the Bible it says, yo, because we didn't listen to God, he said, yo, I'm going to curse you. I'm going to make the men be evil towards each other and kill each other.
That's right.
That's one of the curses in the Bible.
That's right.
It says we're not going to know who we are. We're going to call each other Jamaican, black, or
Black is a
African
colour.
American. You understand?
Black is a colour.
When I see this young king, you don't know he's a Jew. You don't know.
See, young prince.
You think, say, yeah, I'm just a black woman. You're not black. This is black. You're brown. They're not white. They're all pink. Look at them. They're Israelites. You have to find out them thing there.
Take care, your sister.